Coming in at number 10, we have a ghost in Cepheus. This looks like a ghost in the ether for sure. It's actually a rather mysterious dusty curtain featuring a very faint reflection of nebula VDB152. The reddish tinge you see is ultraviolet light from a star causing a rusty looking luminescence in the nebula dust. Described as a cosmic phantom, this picture was released by NASA on Halloween in 2012 and titled A Ghost in Cepheus. This intergalactic ghost is 1,400 light years away, so arguably a safe enough distance for us to deal with. Who knows how fast this ethereal dust can travel though? Also, who knows what this dust is like up close? I don't trust it. Dust it. More penises at number 9, this time edible ones. Hannah Montana. What are you flogging there? Disney's Hannah Montana had a load of marketing material to promote alongside one of the movies. This also included what they called concert candy. Alongside an image of Miley holding a microphone to her mouth were some really light skin colored gummies in dubious shapes. Pretty phallic really. She's like this, and then there's a packet of cocks. Literally, a bag of dicks. I think that these would be best served at a bachelorette rather than a kids sing star party, but that's just me. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but check out these butt beads in Cinderella at number 8. What are these cheeky mice up to? Whatever it is, I'm not sure that it belongs in a Disney movie. What was an innocent scene with Cinderella's rodent friends Gus and Jack looks pretty dodgy when you pause it. A bead necklace is broken and Jack is trying to collect some of the beads on Gus's tail. However, without context, this still image looks like Jack is ramming some beads up Gus's bottom. Peter Pan's schlong is coming in at number 7. In one scene, Peter Pan is dancing around with his irksome shadow, and I don't know how to say this, but he's showing some signs of not being a child anymore. Right there. Wow. Here's a still image, and here's a gif of the moment. It's like, surprise, here's my penis, which is really inappropriate because he's supposed to be a very young teenager. Just like, put it away, Pan. Coming into number 6, we have the much debated sex in the sky in Lion King. At one moment in Disney's The Lion King, Simba flops down on Pride Rock, and it looks like the stars spell out sex. The official line is that yes, the stars do spell something, but it is supposed to say SFX, a mark to the production team. However, many people are convinced that it says sex, and when you see it, it's really hard to unsee. Another Lion King offering at number 5, we have these boobalicious sand dunes. In one scene, Zazu is taking Nala and Simba to a watering hole, but in the background, there's a palm tree and some sand dunes, except those sand dunes without a shadow of a doubt look like they've been drawn to look like boobs. There they are, the lovely lady humps. Look for yourself. I think that you can achieve sand dunes without adding dark spots in the middle. That is a nip if ever I saw one. Disney isn't even trying to make these boobs subliminal. Get a load of this harpy from Fantasia. She's nude, she's angry, she has pert breasts. I never noticed this woman as a child, but as an adult, I'm all for freeing the nip, but whoa, they're Disney. More naked ladies at number 3, we have Esmeralda dancing naked in flames in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sexually repressed Frollo imagines a naked Esmeralda as he sings about hellfire. He clearly wants her, but she is not up for it at all, so he gets pretty angry and pretty vengeful. He imagines her dancing in flames, but at one point she's clothed, then at another, she definitely isn't. Hello there, nude Disney character. This is more than a little disturbing. We have the minister's erection in Ariel the Little Mermaid coming in at number 2. As Eric is under Ursula's spell and they're about to get married, the minister gets a little overexcited. Why? Why did they draw that bump? I don't know what we're supposed to think. Some people say it's a knee, but I'm like, maybe from his 3rd leg. Woohoo! Finally, at number 1, I just can't see this. Absolute bum alert. Bum. We have this cheeky bum in the Lion King poster. Here is the Lion King poster. Totally fine. But wait. When you look a bit closer, it really does look like a sexy lady's backside. And she's there, ready, with a pert butt. See? Yeah, you won't be able to unsee that.
Starting off at number 10 now, I'm sure many of you guys have heard of Slender Man. He's pretty legendary among the whole scary story community. Well, check this picture out. A guy took this of his girlfriend just chilling out in the park, but take a look over there, next to that tree. That doesn't look like any old person, it looks like a very specific person, Slender Man. I think what's extra creepy about this one is how whatever that is clearly doesn't care about being seen.
Coming in at number 9, we have telescope ghouls. Whoa, 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 look up at the top of the James Webb Space Telescope. Do you see what I see? Are these the ghosts of dead astronauts or technicians? Or maybe they're alien apparitions? This photo by NASA's Chris Gunn is incredible, and he has aptly titled it Ghosts and Mirrors for obvious reasons. So it turns out that the picture taken in the Goddard Space Flight Center's Spacecraft System Development and Integration Facility clean room is taken with a super long exposure. All the while, ultraviolet lights were being shone over the telescope to look for contamination. Now the result is this spooky picture. Sounds like a reasonable explanation, right? Some may say too reasonable. Joking, but this telescope may well capture some spooky images of its very own in the future. It's the successor to Hubble, and it's off to explore the universe in March 2021. Any Lord of the Rings fans out there, stand up. How much does this exosolar planet look like the Eye of Sauron at number 8? Like, creepily so. Did J.R.R. Tolkien know about the formal hut when he wrote The Lord of the Rings in 1937? If he didn't, perhaps he foreshadowed it. Get a load of this picture. This is Fomalhaut b in orbit around Fomalhaut. The exoplanet is also known as Dagon. It's an extrasolar object and it orbits a star that gives it its name. How far away is this terrifying eye formation? Only 25 light years. The 2012 images from the Hubble Space Telescope are terrifying. The name Dagon in mythology is a Jewish deity that represents a half man, half fish. Just a side note there for you. Coming in at number 7, did NASA capture an alien moon base? And also, did they accidentally release pictures of it? According to some conspiracists, then yeah, they did. Have a look at these and tell me what you think. Is this alien evidence? Conspiracist YouTube channel Secure Team 10 claimed that these images were proof of an alien base on the moon. The YouTube channel has 1.7 million subscribers, so a lot of people are watching their content. Their channel is filled with moon conspiracies, and they think that these images are a smoking gun for NASA. UFologist and hoax buster Scott Brando said that the images used by Secure Team 10 were low quality and low resolution. He seemed to think that the images are just an optical illusion. Who knows though? Another classic from the Daily Express, we have alien astronauts caught on camera at number 6. Some think that Mars rover Curiosity captured aliens, others think that it's a wider spread conspiracy that humans are already on Mars. The first manned Mars mission is set to begin within the next 10 years, but some are saying that the photos taken by Curiosity and published by NASA already show that there are humans on the red planet. Some people think that these shadow images show astronauts working on the rover to repair it. Others say that the droids show humanoid-looking aliens. Now the conspiracists say that NASA didn't realize how much they were showing when the images were released into the public domain. So, is it aliens or are humans already up on Mars? If so, why would that be hidden from us? Or do these pictures have a more logical explanation? UFO conspiracist good old Scott C. Waring said that this just goes to show the public that the rover is being maintained by humans on Mars and that there are other spacecraft kept secret from the public that can carry peers to Mars in just a few minutes. You know what, Scott? I don't know about that one. Okay, these Death Eaters living out there in space terrify me at number 5. The Harry Potter fans in this video will probably be just as freaked out by this as I am. I don't like them. Get a load of what is lurking in the mist of the Carina Nebula. To me, these are straight up Death Eaters waiting to suck out my soul, but actually, they're supposed to be knots of dark molecular gas. Knots of dark molecular gas waiting to suck out my soul, right? These clouds of gas surround the Great Nebula in Carina, which used to be one of the brightest stars in the sky in the 1800s, but now it's significantly faded. This maybe lends credence to my whole sucking theory, right? Okay, fine, they probably aren't Death Eaters, but still, they're spooky. This picture freaks me out. Coming into number 4, we have the Hand of God. NASA released this X-ray image of light detected by NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory in 2014. Can you see why they called it the Hand of God? It kind of looks like, you know. So this is actually a pulsar wind nebula, a stellar corpse that spins rapidly, firing a particle wind. NASA themselves are mystified by the shape. Alongside the image on their website, they wrote, "One of the big mysteries of this object is whether the pulsar particles are interacting with the material in a specific way to make it look like a hand, or if the material is in fact shaped like a hand." Now a lot of people do genuinely believe that this is God's mark in the universe, like the eye that cropped up earlier. Now I'm not too convinced, but I'd love to know what what you think. We have a famous Mars picture that caused a stir at number 3. We have Bigfoot on Mars. Mars's now defunct robot rover Spirit captured this image in late 2007. Who this? A Rudy Nudie alien lady or Bigfoot? Either way, aliens, right? This image boosted the life on Mars discussion, with many conspiracists saying that this image was proof. NASA explained the image is simply the pareidolia phenomena. This is where humans see faces when they aren't there. Analyzing Spirit's image, if this was an alien, it'd be pretty small, according to Phil Platt of Bad Astronomy website. Anyway, NASA says it's nothing more than a Martian rock, although NASA would say that, wouldn't they? Probably because it is just a rock, right? Coming into number 2, we have this screaming skull. It's pretty terrifying. This screaming skull was another of NASA's Halloween releases, this time from the year 2000. The haunting image was taken from the orbiting Chandra Observatory and is one of a cluster of galaxies known as Perseus. You can see Perseus right here in X-ray vision. The Perseus cluster contains thousands upon thousands of galaxies, so we can't really truly comprehend this picture. It's just much more than a spooky picture than what looks like a skull. It's a lot going on there. While the image is already pretty spooky, it gets scarier when you realize that the bright spot in the X-ray is a black hole. Not to worry though, this scary skull cluster is 320 million light years away. Finally, at number 1, we have a truly iconic and somewhat infamous picture, the Viking 1 faces on Mars. This is one of the most famous NASA images out there and has been used as absolute fuel to conspiracy theorists' fire over the past 40 years. That was since the picture was taken in July 1976. This snap was taken by NASA's Viking 1 spacecraft and seemed to show the shadowy likeness of a human face, only this face is 2 miles long. Taken in the Cydonia region of Mars, the image was sent back to mission controllers at the Jet Propulsion Lab. At the time, theorists went wild, saying that it was evidence of an ancient civilization on Mars. Now the image did quite look like an Egyptian pharaoh after all. NASA explained that the image was just a Martian messer with the sunlight playing tricks. NASA later went back with the Mars orbiter camera, but people simply explained the lack of face that time by saying that it was a cloudy day and the alien detail couldn't be seen. I don't know, I'm thinking it probably was just a trick of the light. Coming in at number 10, we have Nessus the River Guardian's penis in Hercules. I get a cartoon bump on the head, but this is a bit much. In one scene of Disney's Hercules, he gets into a scrap with the River Guardian Nessus. Hercules punches Nessus in the air, and when he lands, he's hit in the head with his horseshoes. This gives him a huge bump. However, this huge bump ends up looking like a huge erect penis with a very, very visible ballsack to boot. As a kid, I didn't see this at all, but as an adult, I'm like, hello there, sir, what is on your head?
Next up at number 9 now, we have this picture. Now this was reportedly taken by a woman who just wanted a picture of her son and their house cat. However, upon closer inspection, she noticed what looks like a face poking out from under the table in the corner, its mouth hanging open. According to her, she believes the ghostly looking head may be of her husband's mother or the ghost of someone who died in the house. No thank you. Next up at number 8 now, we have this picture that went viral at the end of 2016. It looks like a fun kind of picture of some friends sharing a bath. Do they have a visitor at the window there? Some of you may first notice what looks like a hand, others may first notice what appears to be a ghostly face next to it. Either way, it looks eerily like a person and caused a lot of people to freak out online over it. Next up at number 7 now, we have this famous picture showing what looks like a group of friends. Everyone seems happy except this little girl. Why is she crying? Well, many people feel it has something to do with what's going on in between these two women. Many people say this is a ghostly apparition of a long dead child. It could just be a trick of the light, but even skeptics say it does kind of look like a face. Coming at number 6 now, we have this picture of a rescue attempt somewhere in China. The authorities are in the river trying to figure out how to move that vehicle. There's a crowd of people watching nearby, but there also appears to be another spectator that nobody has noticed. If we take a zoom in through the plants, there's the unmistakable image of something humanoid. It doesn't look like an actual human, which perhaps makes it even scarier. Whatever it is, it knows it's been seen, and its face isn't too happy about it. Next up at number 5 now, we have a picture of a girl sitting on her bed. She's smiling, but perhaps she wouldn't be if she could see what others see in this picture. If we look at the corner of the bed there, just behind the mattress, that kinda looks like an eye. And not just any eye, an eye that's staring directly at the camera. Kinda looks angry. Like, if you tell them I'm under their bed, I'll kill you too. Alright, that got quite dark. Let's move on to ad number 4 now, guys, and we have these teenagers hanging out in some foggy woods. Nice day for a walk, you might say. Well, it seems that someone else back there had the same idea. Usually with pictures like this taken in the woods, some people argue that could easily be a tree. But look at all the other trees there. They're all way bigger than the height of a person. Or maybe that's not even a person. Next up, ad number 3 now. Check out this picture that a night cam took. Now, they're usually motion sensitive, these things, and capture images of animals roaming around at night. But what triggered the motion sensor? The deer or this? It looks humanoid in nature, but is it actually human? Some people speculate that this may be a supernatural or even alien being. Whatever it is, what's it doing creeping up on that deer? Who knows what or even who it will creep up on next. Moving on to number 2 now, we have this picture a man took of his 4-year-old daughter during their trip to Japan. He took a few of them in the same spot, but on one particular picture there appears to be a pair of boots behind the girl. The man's friend posted these pictures to Reddit and everyone freaked out trying to solve the mystery of where these boots came from. One theory says it's a samurai ghost because that beach is where samurai used to be buried. Others say it's just a trick of the light. What do you guys think? And finally, at number 1 now, we have this picture of some England fans hanging out on the grass during a World Cup party. After taking these pictures on their camera, it took a little look and saw this strange figure standing in the window of the building behind them, still under construction. After seeing this, some of them decided to climb the scaffolding and see for themselves what was up there, but they couldn't find anything. Some people who saw this think it could just be one of the construction workers, while others say it looks like a woman holding up a baby. What do you guys see?